Wow, that was fast. You know, I started early thinking about that, Dom. Wow. Okay, let me get all my messages up. Yeah, I know. Hey, Flo. Hey, Russell. Roy. Wow, Roy wasn't even second or third. He was fourth. Hello, B Feline. Russell, I'm doing pretty good today. Julian. You know, I almost didn't do today's topic because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to fit it in my Wednesday short stream. I just wasn't sure. But I guess we'll try. Hello, David. Yeah, yeah, Flo. I think you beat Roy. Yeah, you got second place. Yeah, it's Wednesday, Roy. I know it's weird. I almost didn't do a stream today. But like I said, I had this subject and I started thinking, how the heck am I going to be able to fit this in? So I figured I'd start a few minutes early. If I can't fit this subject completely in, we'll just continue it on Thursday. Although I wanted to continue, there's more to be said about toxic masculinity and all that, so I thought I would continue that tomorrow. Right, you're all messed up. Bye. Hey, kick ya. Well, see, Roy, now I'm glad you came in. You wouldn't have even known. Man, it's another hot one today. Not as bad as it was this weekend, but it's hot. I got the AC cranked in here. Well, kick you don't have to tell him to go away because he's leaving anyway. You can just sit back and watch it happen. Ugh. Man, I'm still tired from this weekend. I don't want to do anything this week. My studio is a mess because I have all the equipment from the weekend's hunt still piled up on the floor. Yeah, you're gonna smite her. Okay, you're gonna stick around just to smite her. How's it going, Fred? Smite, spite. Well, it's a kind of this. They're similar. Oh, smite me, almighty smiter. I'll tell you, the streams I've been doing lately have been getting demonetized immediately. The one on red flags, demonetized, reviewed and demonetized. The one on toxic masculinity, reviewed and demonetized. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I don't know. I mean, if I continue to talk on toxic masculinity tomorrow, it's probably going to end up just adding to the demonetization. My ad revenue is so low because of that, but I don't want to cater to it. I'm not going to, only do stuff that's going to get monetized. What the hell kind of show would that be? If I only did stuff that would get monetized, it would be a show about cats. Yeah. Thanks, Flo. Why goats? What do you got against goats? Yeah, it's funny. Anytime I hit a topic that may be vaguely interesting to more than just the leftist SJW, it's like, oh, demonetized. It's ridiculous. Goat. We're talking about Tom Brady, Josh Goat Haynes. Catastic Tuesday. It's Wednesday, though. Oh, well, we got 4 minutes before 1 o'clock. You know, it's funny, the rooms. Yeah, you know, my Wednesday stream, you start off the subject with just a few people in the chat, and then 15, 20 minutes in, when you're starting to shut things down, everybody starts filling up the room. So I figured, well, I'll start a little early. Maybe we'll get the room filled up. You know, no. I thought this was an interesting topic because this goes a lot along with segregation and tribalism, and that's the downfall, I think, of being an anarchist, because I'm a bit of an anarchist, but the problem with anarchists, and I mean, I'll start here in a minute, is it leads to the other. Anarchists can't survive. I think it's just you, Kick Ya. Hey, Shamrock. We have our legal system has entered the facility. Yeah, sorry about the sound last night. I had to do a lot of adjustment. My son goes in there and plays piano in the studio, and I think he turned the main volume up a little too loud. I was peaking and redlining all over the place, so I had to adjust it real quick. And look at that, 2 minutes to go, and we're kind of getting more people in here. Kind of. Hey, Miko. There you go, David. Yes, spin in the opposite direction. It'll be as if it's not moving, right? Doing pretty good, Kyle. How you doing? Hey, Sergeant. How's it going? Yeah, Kikia will never do what you say, Roy. She will do the opposite just to spite you. So there's a chance you can use some reverse psychology there. Just saying. There you go. Almost an Esquire reporting for duty. I like that. Hey, Big Rig. Hey, Mark Miller. Okay, guys, it's pretty much kind of in seconds. It'll be 1 o'clock, so I'll get going on the topic. Look, the reason why I wanted to talk about, anarchists and basically, and the government, is because everyone says, and I know a lot of people that are anarchists, and truth be told, at heart, I'm an anarchist. But the problem with being an anarchist, okay, say the governments get completely dissolved, because there have been places where there has been no government, and what happens? People don't just live on their own. People don't just work off the land. No government, no nothing. No, because we're humans, and humans inherently have assholes within their group. And assholes do bad things to good people. Okay? They do bad things to other humans. So what happens is, in an anarchist kind of society, which is basically zero government, it's not just people running around shooting up each other. That's not anarchy. Okay? We can go back in biblical times. And what happens is, they form groups, factions, tribes, because in numbers people feel safer. Libertarian is a form of government, Roy. Okay, what we're talking about is basically government versus no government. So that's the problem. That's the problem we're having. Well, that's just it. Naturally, people want order, some sort of order. Because it's just, and then the problem with that is, yes, still have rules and anarchy. Well, that's just it. And think about it. Think about even the Indians. The Indians didn't have a government the way we see it, but they had a government. They had a hierarchy. Okay? They had a hierarchy. And they had rules to live by. The problem with an anarchist type of society is eventually a government is formed. Look, government, don't let anyone fool you. Government is nothing but control. Nothing but control. It's not anything else. Like the guy from Homeland Security, the police officer, Department of Homeland Security, that's parked 2 cars over. Government control. Okay? So, no matter how you look at it, that's what it is. So if you take that away, what happens? Because I'm talking the police, the military, the government, gone. If that was gone, what do you think would happen? People, the strong would eat the weak, basically. So what would the weak do? The weak would try to find strong people to barter with. Be like, okay, I can do this for you if you protect me. And as soon as that happens, you have a government. And as soon as that situation happens, where there is no protection, this is what's going to happen. Because let me tell you something. No one wants to be out in the wilderness alone. No one wants to be out in the wilderness alone. So they're going to find other people. And guess what? This is where self-segregation happens. They're going to try to find like-minded people. And they're going to form groups, factions, tribes, whatever you call it. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So when I have to laugh because I want to be an anarchist, but it's going to lead right down that path. So when people say no government, I say, well, you're just prolonging the inevitable. You're sweeping the dirt down the road because someone else is going to get a government. Well, the problem, Kick, is limited government can only happen in a society that's not lazy. As soon as a society becomes lazy, then government grows. Well, Kick, that's just it. And a government's main purpose is to acquire what? Power. With power, it can get everything else. And the problem with a lazy society is they don't do anything. They don't get involved in their government. We need to be involved in our government. We need to not be lazy. Be involved in our government. We need to control our government. And there's ways to control our government without being complete horses' asses. And vote harder, but truth be told, we've learned that they can fix the vote. So that's why people are like, well, there's no hope for this government. We just need anarchy. Become an anarchist. No government. Well, no, we've got to figure out a way to reduce the size of our government. But at the same time, we can't go, oh, man, reduce the size of our government. But I like all those free things. And what I mean by that is nice roads, military that kind of takes care of us. That's kind of nice, isn't it? that protects us and keeps us from invaders coming in. Wow, what the hell am I going to do? So this is what happens. A lazy person says, hey, I would rather the military keep me safe. Yeah, Jeremiah, absolutely. The military is supposedly there to keep you safe, but here's the problem. People like having a military because they don't want to defend themselves. That's why I laugh at some of these liberal SJWs. They're like, oh, military's bad, this and that. Well, okay, then. If military is so bad, and this is what I challenge everybody out there, then why don't we go back to the people just defend themselves? We already have our militias to keep a free state. I'm the militia. Anybody that owns a gun that's patriotic believes that they are their militia. They're part of the free, keeping the free state. So just watching the Department of Homeland Security guy kind of eyeballed me, and I was kind of going, maybe he's going to stop in and say hi, but I guess not. So, well, that's just it. Civilian training should be mandatory, but guess what? In that kind of a government? I mean, look, if you don't want the military, then yeah, be ready to own guns and learn how to defend your nation yourself. Defend your state yourself. Defend your country yourself instead of a military. Okay, how many people are willing to do that? I don't think there's anybody, well, I shouldn't say anybody, there's a lot of people that are willing to do that, but the majority aren't. The majority like their cushy, cozy life of just going to work and then coming home and not worrying about anything. It's like, oh dear God, why are these people shooting up these places? Oh my God, what are we going to do? Isn't there a law, something we can do so I don't have to get involved? Come on, isn't there something? Hey, someone make up a law so we don't have to get involved. I don't want to get my hands dirty. What the hell? Think about what I'm saying here. Oh, I don't want to get my hands dirty, so I'm not going to get involved. So, okay. It's lazy people that think a law's going to fix this. It's like, the Republicans throw money at problems and the Democrats throw laws at problems. Nothing ever gets fixed. So, what are we going to do? If you don't want to get involved in the corrective process here and fix things, you're screwed. Live with it. Love your crappy government. So, yeah, but Miko, it's not just stupid, it's ignorant. Yeah, ignorant. Yes, lazy. People, come on. Okay, here's why. How many people have a garden? How many people have a garden? How many people produce their own food? How many people hunt for their own food? No, it takes effort to do that. Isn't it easier just to throw money at it and go to a grocery store? Okay? Just throw money at it, go to a grocery store, and be self-sufficient and grow your own food. Yeah, I can't grow everything, and I can't hunt for it. Although, the only meat that I buy is chicken and fish. And even fish, I tend to catch that. But I don't buy red meat. I get all my red meat. I hunt it. I still have a freezer full. Yeah, it is. It is, Roy. But you know something? What about raising your own cattle? How hard is that? You got to have land. We've been regulated right out of owning land. We've got so many people in this country that not everybody can own land and put a cow on it. Okay? We have made it impossible for us to live without a government. And if we tried to live without a government, I'll go back to what I said at the beginning. People want to feel safe. Okay? And that's terrible. They said, Benjamin Franklin said, if you give up liberty for safety, you deserve neither, and you'll get neither. Yeah, we can't even collect rainwater because we need it to fill the aquifers. That's the problem that I'm having. I mean, I'm caught. I'm caught inside me. I'm an anarchist, but we can't have it because all it takes, okay, if I'm protecting my family, if it's just me, my 2 kids, and my wife, 3 of us are very well adept at firearms and probably can protect ourselves. What if we get attacked by 5 or 6 people? Can't protect ourselves then. We're not going to win probably, unless they're liberals that can barely find the barrel and the trigger on the gun. Okay? Probably don't even know how to load it. But all it takes is a group to go, I want what they have. They have food, and I want it. So what are we going to first do? We're going to try to find other people that want to help us. We've all talked about this in our group, when the old Hangouts and in Discord, that if the crap ever hits the fan, guess what? We all know we're going to meet somewhere. Think about it. We automatically are going to join a group. And in that group, we're going to have rules. We're going to have rules that everyone has to live by. It's government. It may be not big government. We may not have a president, but we have rules. And those rules need to be enforced. Well, yeah, Jeremiah, yeah. They wanted to make George Washington a king. They wanted to make him king. They were going to go right back to the same old crap that they left. Instead, they opted for a constitutional republic. I'm so tired of hearing people say, it's a democracy. It's not a democracy. It's not mob rules. It's a constitutional republic. The words Benjamin Franklin said when asked as he was leaving the meeting where they established this. Female asked him, what did we get? What did we get? He said, we got a constitutional republic. Let's see how long we can keep it. Well, who deleted that? I can't even see it. Hold on. Why was Based Farm deleted? Don't delete his stuff. Well, yeah, Jeremiah, I think we are. Yeah. I think we are. I think we are much worse than we are then. Sure, we don't have the, people dying from simple diseases that are cured now. Like they were dying off then, like the flu would destroy somebody. Look how many people died from the Spanish flu around the turn of the century. So we don't have that, So yeah, in many ways we're better, and in many ways we're worse. I think the mentality and the education and the intelligence of America is ridiculously poor. We weren't lazy. We saw opportunity in the late 1700s, and we came to land to work it. We created this something from the land, and now what do we have? We have people that just want, well, we demand minimum wage. How about earning minimum wage? We demand this, we demand that. This all comes when government gets involved. As soon as you regulate that. It's funny. We came here to this country, we depleted so many resources here, the animals, that we had to regulate it in order to bring them back. Why is it that the Indians didn't have regulations? They just took what they needed, and it just worked out for itself. Think about that one. The Indians never took more than they needed. Our country is so into taking more than they need. They just want more, 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 more. What is the least amount I can do and to get the most amount from it? That's what this country is all about. The least I have to do to get the most. What do you think a lottery is? The least you have to do with the chance you could get the most. Well, we slaughtered the buffalo because we wanted the pelts. It was a way to basically herd them into a certain area. Yeah, kill their supply chain, but here's the thing. That basically put them in wherever the buffalo were, we knew where they were. It basically brought them into an area, and we were able to isolate them that way. Twinkies. I don't even know what a Twinkie tastes like. Thank God. Yep, same time. Look at that. See, 17 minutes into the stream, and now we're finally cracking 20. Yeah, but you understand, Roy, what that did? They followed the buffaloes. Wherever the buffalo were, we knew they were. We were starving them, but they had to find the buffalo. So that basically herded them into an area. Actually got them fighting amongst themselves even more than they were before already. But let's go back to this, guys. Anybody have any suggestions to think that an anarchist lifestyle won't result in a government? Because they always do. We talk about socialism always ending in starvation and genocide. Well, anarchist and anarchy always ends in a government. Every single time. Oh, Base Texan, I'm sorry you got put in timeout. I think, did Roy do that accidentally? Twinkies are disgusting. Everything is a cycle. It will never be stable. Well, that's just it. And even go back to, and I don't even want to get in too much into the Bible, but God didn't want to give anyone laws. He's like, all you got to do is come to me. What do you need laws for? Come to me. They didn't want it. They wanted laws. He goes, why? You won't follow them. So he gave them 613 laws and immediately started breaking them. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is God a form of government? I mean, if you're a believer and you look at it at the root, someone could call it that, but that's not what he intended. He wanted a relationship. Big difference. I don't know. Well, that's just it. Government isn't a relationship. We don't have a relationship. We don't have a relationship with our government. That's the problem. If we had a relationship, things wouldn't be the same. Oh, Base? Are you? Whoa, wait a second now, Base. Are you out of that cult? Really? Oh, dude. 3 cheers for Base Texan. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I have been trying to talk into this. Because we were all sucked into that. All sucked into that, Base Texan, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're out of that. Oh, my God. Thank God. Thank God. Man, because that was a tough one. You get sucked into that, and, man, it's not... I'm as guilty of it as the next guy. Awesome. So, anyway, there was another form of government right there in that little faction called the Bears. A complete form of government. If you go against it, it started off as anarchist. Think about it. Oh, we hate what the government is doing. We want our First Amendment. It started off like anarchists, but as soon as it got big, yeah, we all should have listened, Base. Kick has been trying to tell me forever, and I finally listened to her. Well, you're welcome here, man. Well, you know, if you read the Bible, you'll find out why he didn't. It's all there. It's all there. It's called free will. And we're accountable for our own actions. Free will. Think about this. When you have sin, sin brings about death. Without that, there is none. So it's free will. It has to do with free will. You can't say I demand free will or I want free will and then have someone fix all your mistakes. That's what liberals do. That's what leftists do with our government. We want to be able to make all the mistakes we want and you fix it. If we make bad business decisions or decide to use our food stamps or our EBT cards to get tattoos and TVs, we need you to make up for that and buy us the food that we should have been buying with all that stuff. I'm throwing that out there as an example. Jeremiah, I believe in a relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I am a Messianic Jew. I am a Jew who believes in Christ. That's what my religious affiliation is. I don't believe in religion. I believe in relationship, plain and simple. So, you know, we got about 7 minutes left, man. Anybody... What are your thoughts about this? I hate... This is why I like doing the streams from my studio. Especially the way it is now. On Tuesday and on Thursday, I have the Discord. Okay? This Thursday, we might actually have the Discord open, a Discord open for people that want to come in and talk during the stream where you'll be able to get in the voice chat and actually talk. So, I am hoping that will be the case. And I like that because there's that interaction. Like last night we had, 5 or 6 in the Discord, and then we were able to take phone calls and everybody could cross-communicate. So I really enjoy that. It's so difficult to talk to a screen and have to read like there's interaction. Yeah, that'll be posted on Thursday, okay, when I'm pretty sure it'll be finished. I actually have to bug Andrew to help me finish it. So hopefully that will get resolved. And it'll be all set to go, and I'll put the link in. And I'm missing who's been coming in here. Eggman Eggs is in the house. How's it going? You know, Brian, it's funny you say that. I believe in helping someone when they're down. Don't force me to. Because then when you're forced to, then it can be manipulated. But I believe in helping someone when they're down. But I also believe in helping them help themselves. It goes back to that old thing of, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. To teach him how to fish, and he'll eat for the rest of his life. That kind of thing. There's only so much I think we should be handing stuff out. I think we truly need to be helping people. Helping people help themselves. But that's the problem with our society. The problem with our society is they're lazy. How many of us love the convenience of being able to go to a store and buy whatever we need? Imagine if that wasn't there. I said it earlier. That if the supermarkets crashed and they went away, liberals wouldn't last 2 weeks. They'd either be dead or they'd be trying to kill each other in the streets for whatever they had. Well, Brian, that's just it. I have no problem with bartering with people, relying on that. Okay, say I produce corn and you produce wheat. So at harvest time, I'm going to give you so much corn for your so much wheat. So now I have corn and wheat, and you have corn and wheat. And then we can go and say, well, I have some corn and wheat. I can trade some of that to this guy over here that has milk. Things like that. It's that mentality, that barter system. You can make sure everybody has everything. But when the government comes in and goes, yeah, we're going to take a lot of your money off what you make here because, we need ours, because all we do is sit here in our high up places and make all these laws. And that's hard work. And so we're going to take all your hard-earned money and we're going to pay ourselves for basically making all these regulations on you to make it even harder. Because, that's what's going on. Government is sitting in there going, yeah, we're not going to do squat for what we get. We're going to get it from... They're not looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for themselves. But as soon as you have an anarchy, no government, a government will be formed shortly, will be formed. People, they're going to form in groups, and immediately they're going to have rules. Because people, I believe, have lost the capability of just being nice, of trying to help their fellow man without being forced to. It's too damn selfish. So immediately, they're going to form some kind of regulation. And the regulations are going to be based on what they want from someone else. And unfortunately, I believe that's where human nature is. And it's disgusting, and it makes me sick to my stomach. There's a few of us here, and I'm in a group with them, that know that it probably wouldn't be like that with us. But it may. Okay, guys, it is that time. And I am getting out of here. So if you like the stream, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. As long as I earn one or the other, I don't really mind. And we will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I have a topic in mind. Wasn't sure. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if we're going to continue the toxic masculinity thing. There's so much more that needs to be said. I want to, but we'll see. Anyway, everybody, take care of yourselves, each other. Make sure you're armed. Make sure you're trained. Okay, physically, tactically. Protect your family and everyone that's around you. God bless.